Okay, so we're gonna add these notes to our interactive notebook. And what we are going to be working on is how to find a missing angle. So we are shown that we have given supplementary angles. Given the definition of supplementary angles, it is two angles when added together equal 180 degrees. Okay, so that means that this angle plus this angle need to equal 180 degrees. And I know that because I can look here and see, well, that this forms a straight line. And we know that a straight line equals 180 degrees. So these two angles give me 180 degrees. So it's addition, and it must equal 180. So if I have x plus 3, that's angle 1, plus 49, which is angle 2, okay? And it equals 180 degrees. So now I have to combine my like terms. Okay, so I have no more x's, so I bring down my x. Then I have 49 and 3, which gives me 52. So, and that equals 180 degrees. Now I have a simple one-step equation. So in order to solve this one-step equation, I subtract 52 from both sides. Okay, and I get x equals 128 degrees. Okay, so there's two ways they can ask this question. They can ask, what is x? And I would say x equals 128 degrees. Or they could have this labeled, and they could say, let's just label it angle A, and they could say, what is the measure of angle A? Now, the measure of angle A and x are not the same, because the measure of angle A is actually 128 plus 3. So 128 plus 3 is 131. So let's look. If I take 131 and I add it to 49, I get 180. So are those two angles supplementary? Yes, they are. But if I took 128 and added it to 49, I would not get 180. So I would know that I did something wrong. Okay? So those are for supplementary angles. Basically, you're setting up a two-step equation and solving for x. Second, they're done the same way, it's just set equal to something different. So here we are with complementary angles. Now we know that complementary angles equal 90 degrees. There are two angles that equal 90 degrees. So I want to add angle 1 and angle 2 together. Okay, so I have 44 degrees plus 4x. I don't need the degree, but I put it there just because. So 44 plus 4, and that equals 90. Okay, so I still need to solve for x, just like I've been doing in the past. Okay, so I solve for x. So I subtract 44, subtract 44. Okay, so I get 36. So I bring down my 4x. Now I've got a one-step equation. So I need to figure out what is x. Well, I need to divide by 4. Divide by 4. X equals 9. Okay, so again, they can ask, what is x? Well, x equals 9. Or they could say, what is the measure of angle 2? I would just substitute it back in and say 4 times 9, which is 36 degrees. Okay, so we're going to work on that in class. Now, one additional thing that we're going to talk about is triangles, finding a missing angle in triangles. Well, we know that the sum of all interior angles, equals 180 degrees. So if I laid them all out, if I cut here and if I cut right here and folded it out, it would form a straight line. So that means that if I add up angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3, it must equal 180 degrees. Always. Triangles always equal 180 degrees. Okay? So if I add angle 1, which is 65, plus angle 2, which is 45, plus angle 3, which is x, it has to equal 180 degrees. Okay? So if I go and I combine my like terms, so I have 110 plus x equals 180. Then I solve for my x by subtracting 110. I get x equals 70. So here, when it says what is x, x equals 70, but it's also because there's nothing in front of this x, so it is the same value for x as the angle measure, okay? So the angle measure is 70 degrees. Okay, so make sure this is written down, and we will practice this on Monday and Tuesday.